Hi everyone, it's me, David. I hope you're having a great day, and here is today's philosophical point. Just ignore it. In a series of videos, I'm talking about the distinction between what is up to us and what is not up to us, which is practically really important in Stoicism and can help you a great deal in many areas of life. I've previously talked about the claim that people put forth that we must accept that which we cannot control. And I disputed that because there are alternatives. We can welcome what is not up to us, and we can ignore what is not up to us. Epictetus says, "Philosophy has taught me to be indifferent to events outside of the will's control, and to not be concerned about it, to, I would say, just ignore it." And this could be applied to many areas of life. Let's talk about social areas and dealing with other people first, and then I'll get into how just ignoring it can help you deal with persistent problems that are simply not up to you, such as a kind of illness, and I'll discuss one from my own experience in particular. Now, a writer named Robert Ringer said something quite interesting that I thought was fascinating, and I put into use in my own life. And it goes like this: for any neurotic act or statement, just ignore it. And for any neurotic person, somebody who is persistently being neurotic, ignore them totally, and your life will go better. And it sounds like Robert Ringer had some Stoic ideas in mind, those that match Stoicism. And you should put this to use because too many times we get caught up in a discussion with other people and they're not really interested, or we could say at this stage, well equipped to have a rational discussion. So it's better to just move on after they get their little dig in. Now let's talk about something a little more serious. In August of 2020, one day I woke up and I was experiencing double vision. I talked to my doctor about it, and he said, go to the hospital immediately. Now, my experience in the hospital that day, when they told me what kind of illness it might be, what might be causing it, well, that's a Stoic story in its own right, but I'll save it for another day. Today I want to talk about what happened after I left the hospital, because for months I had to deal with seeing in double vision, even for objects 3 feet in front of me. And I was told by my doctor that the chances are that I would not fully recover normal vision. And you can imagine this was quite frightening. But how did I deal with it? Well, for the next several months, what I did was ignore the fact that I had this double vision because I had work to do. I had things to do. I had things to write, books to read, classes to teach, and so forth. And as a nice bonus, I got to wear a very cool eye patch for a couple months. So the good news is that my vision recovered, and the doctors couldn't figure out what caused it. So I was labeled idiopathic with regard to this double vision. But I think if you think about it, if you have a persistent problem, I'm not saying you don't deal with it as you must. I had to make many adjustments because I had double vision, but one thing I did to help me through was do my best at whatever I was doing and ignore the fact that I had it, unless, of course, it entered into my practical life at a certain point, right? So think about something that's a persistent problem for you. Deal with it as it arises, as you must, but for the most part, just ignore it. That's today's philosophical point. Have a great day. It's up to you. And like, subscribe, check out what I do below. We'll see you next video.